Why do we love superheroics? For an unlimited amount of action that occurs during the next rescue of the universe. What's better than the good guys beating up the badasses, erasing their existence from the pages of history? Only when anti-heroes take matters into their own hands and communicate with villains in the native language of evil, violence. 2024 will be quite generous for such films. Therefore, I propose to pay attention to 5 such movies based on the expectation rating. 30 years ago, on May 13, 1994, the film The Crow was released. A film adaptation of James O'Barr's comic book about a young man who rises from the dead to settle scores with killers for his own death and the death of his fiancée. The gothic atmosphere, the story of revenge and the tragic death during filming of the leading actor Brandon Lee, who was only 28 years old, helped the film adaptation become a cult classic. And now, 30 years later, the legendary remake comes out with Bill Skarsgård in the title role. I wonder what kind of film will be released about the reimagined and tragic love of a rock musician and his bride. The film was expected to be released on May 13, 2024, the 30th anniversary of the original movie. But for unknown reasons, the release was postponed to the end of August. Meet Sergei, who, together with his brother, was born into the family of the Russian despot Nikolai Kraven. From an early age, the father taught his children the language of violence. When Sergei grew up, Nikolai took him for hunting, but his son did not live up to his expectations. Sergei was not courageous enough. He hesitated and did not show determination. While hunting, a lion attacked him and injured him, and the upset father left his son to die on the battlefield. At that moment, Kraven the Hunter, one of Spider-Man's greatest enemies, was born. By the way, the emergence of an anti-hero has a rather thorny path. Back in 2010, Kraven was supposed to appear in the 4th film of the legendary Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Then Sergei Kraven was supposed to appear in one of the films with Andrew Garfield, but again it didn't work out. The same fate awaited him in Black Panther. The director wanted to depict the battle between Kraven and T'Challa, but due to the lack of rights to the character owned by Sony, this idea was abandoned. And in 2024, a film comes out about an anti-hero who, in the comics, was able to defeat Spider-Man by cunning and bury the superhero alive. By the way, Brother Kraven will become the villain Chameleon, and a rhinoceros will also appear in the film. Aaron Taylor Johnson will play the main role. The film is scheduled for release on August 29, 2024. Symbiotes are generally one of the most interesting creatures in the Marvel multiverse. A space biological weapon to destroy resistance and conquest ended up on Earth, found a loser, and chose him as its partner. Venom, together with his earthly friend and the love of the audience, was able to overcome very serious villains such as Riot and Carnage. Who will challenge him in the new and final chapter of the symbiotic trilogy? At the end of the film, Carnage left his offspring in Detective Mulligan, so the toxin symbiote will become a new pain in Venom's ass. If we take information from primary sources, namely from comics, then it will become clear that toxin is an even stronger version of biological weapon. It is not as sensitive to high temperatures and ultrasonic waves. At the moment, we know almost nothing about the plot of the film, and while the fan base suffers from a long wait, insane theories appear. One of them is completely crazy. Just in case, I warn you about possible spoilers. In the post-credits scene of the second movie, Venom talks about the symbiote's knowledge of other universes. All symbiotes are part of a hive mind. If one knows something, others will know it. We have already seen how the spiders fought back against villains from different parts of the multiverse. Venom, who fought Spider-Man Tobey Maguire, was defeated, and Brock died along with him. So the collective mind retained this important information. Now to the theory. Venom knows that in the past, in another universe, Spider-Man destroyed the symbiote and its host, so he will convince Brock to find Spider-Man in their universe. But it turns out that Peter Parker is still very young. He is only 10 years old. At first, Brock will kidnap him, but due to remorse, he will change his mind about harming him. Meanwhile, Detective Patrick Mulligan, who has seen with his own eyes how dangerous Carnage and Venom are, plans to destroy all monsters with the help of the new toxin symbiote. He gives life to other alien invaders, but they plan to destroy San Francisco. Here's a crazy theory in which there is a young version of Spider-Man and an entire army of alien symbiotes. The filmmakers promise that the third Venom will be grand. The film will be released on October 25, 2024. In addition, I recently released a video about God and the creator of all symbiotes. If you're interested, you can check it out. 2019's Joker was a reimagining of the villain who stalks the Dark Knight like a shadow. Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job as the unhappy and sad clown Arthur Fleck, who dreamed of becoming a stand-up comedian. The film is imbued with the pain and despair of the main character. He draws attention to how society creates monsters by mistreating outcasts. The film found a response in the hearts of viewers and became one of the most profitable movie adaptations of comic books. And now, Joaquin Phoenix returns to the role of Arthur Fleck. Joker ends up in the Arkham Psychiatric Clinic where he meets Dr. Harleen Kinzel. The dizzying story of Mad Men will hit the big screens in October 24th. After facing some setbacks during his midlife crisis, Wade Wilson decides to officially retire and leave the superhero life behind him. But all his plans go to waste, and he is forced to cooperate with TVA agents. Only Deadpool can save the world, but doing such serious and dangerous work alone is boring. So he enlists the help of the mutant Wolverine. The main villain of the movie is Cassandra Nova, Charles Xavier's evil twin sister. And under her command, there will be such villains as Lady Deathstrike, Sabretooth, Azazel, Toad, and Juggernaut. Wolverine, a hero who let his world down, and Deadpool, who can do the same, have the hard task to save the universe. The premiere is scheduled for July 26, 2024. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Wait for you in the next video.